What does a brother have to do to get some internet that works? What's going on? Round up, homies. Good afternoon to you. What's going down? Round up family, good afternoon. It is good to see you. It's actually good to be seen, right? Good to be seen instead of viewed, right? Come on in today. You are at you're not at the wrong place. You can relax. Just calm down. You're inside the land trust workshop. We're getting ready to go live right now and teaching you how does all this land trust stuff work. It is my honor. It is my obligation. It is my duty to share with you this information because my people need to know. We need to know this stuff, right? It's my job. One of the things being a Mason taught me. Listen, oh man, Green Ducatis. Thank you for supporting the channel. One of our newest members. Look at that. Wow, that's cool. Thank you so much. Greetings, Green Ducati, Ducatis. I guess I'm saying that right. Look at that smile. Nice smile there. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. It is my honor to serve you. Thank you for pouring into me. And as we take a flight over the next hour or so over the United States, kind of sharing with you how we buy real estate. And I want you to kind of see how we do it. And you could apply it to your life. First things first, I'm not an attorney. I'm not an accountant, not a lawyer. I'm not giving you any legal or professional or tax advice. Get out there. All my training is for informational purposes only. Get out there. Do your due diligence. I'm obviously gonna let's see, land trust workshop, stop buying houses in your name or your company name. Cool. Yep. I've been doing this since 2010. I've been doing real estate since '04, but doing it like this since 10. So I know it works, but I have to say these disclaimers, disclaimers. I'm not here giving you any advice. You seek your own professionals to help you with your business. All right. Let me get this thing working here. Let me know if y'all can hear me pretty good. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Oh yeah, that's a little bit better. From good morning. Good morning. Okay, so there's going to be some links in the video description as a handout I'm giving to you for free. And also there's a link to download my land trust document packet, right? So I am giving you a bonus if you download my land trust document packet. We're going to be going over that shortly. You'll be able to follow along and see exactly how we fill it in, and you'll know it. You'll know step by step. So there's no fog, no uncertainty when you go and transfer your property or buy your next house into the land trust. You'll know exactly how it works. I don't want any confusion. Oh, wow. We got a new member here. Look at that. Wow. Monica Marvel. I've seen you before. Thank you for hanging out with us. I appreciate you supporting my channel as I prostitute my body for you guys so you can get this. I feel like this is kind of, somebody asked me the other day, why do you do this? I'm doing this because nobody else is. I have to put the message out. So here we go. I am Chris Haskins. My mission and ministry is to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship. Thank you, Monica. I appreciate you for supporting the channel. And today we're going over land trust. I heard about land trust back in 2007. Right, it took me 3 years to deploy these, and I want you to be able to do the same. I don't want you buying houses in your name. Neither do I want you to buy them in your company name. All right, hold on a second. Sorry about that, y'all. I don't know why my camera is acting funky today. 1 second. My camera is acting real funny. Come on, little booger. See if we can get this little booger to work. He does not like to work. You gotta finesse this guy. Let's see if he's coming up today. All right, doesn't that look better? That looks much better. So why are we here? Why are we here, Roundup homies? We're here because we do not want to buy real estate in our name. We know it's not smart. You know for 100% certainty it's not smart to buy a piece of real estate in your name. Now I'm going to go further and share with you. It's not even smart to put it in your LLC or in your business name, INC, whatever, because I don't even want your name. I don't even want your company name on public record, right? I'm going to give you some real life examples. I'm telling y'all, guy calls me, Chris, can you help me? No, I can't. After you get the judgment, why don't we want our real estate in our name, right? As Carnegie says, own everything. No, own nothing, control everything. We don't want it in our name. Turn this thing up. Because if some creditor or predator comes sneaking around or you get a judgment in your name, let me tell you how real estate works. All right. Let me tell you how it works. I've been there. If you get a judgment or some type of creditor comes after you, whatever it is, and in today's frivolous lawsuit times, people are coming after people for zero reason, right? That's why I got all this insurance. I pay a bunch of insurance on top of all of this. If you get a judgment or some type of garnishment against you, right? If it's on your name, instantly it attaches to all of your real estate holdings. Is my sound going in and out too? It attaches to all of your real estate holdings, all of it. So I'm not trying to give you a tool to avoid your obligations. I just want to give you a tool to help you if you find yourself in a situation that's not necessarily correct. All right. Now, we don't use this stuff to avoid our obligations. We don't do that. Right. Although you can, I get guys, y'all got to stop emailing me about this child support. I ain't gonna help y'all get around it. I'm not doing it. That's not my job to get you out of paying child support. No, I'm not going to do that, right? I can't sleep at night doing that. Newton, oh man, I got a new member here. Newton Bates. Look at that little baby girl. Newton, thank you so much for joining our channel. It is an honor. It is an honor to serve you. Thank you so much. So listen, Roundup, you see all these new members coming in. They are doing nothing but supporting. They're showing their love for me and here at the Roundup. And I'm able to continue to do these trainings because I don't charge for this stuff. Yes, I will charge you for the docs and all that stuff, but I'm here serving. So if you join our channel, there's a link somewhere down in the video below, and you'll see a little join button. It's just something for busy professionals and entrepreneurs. I will answer your question first, right? So Newton Bates, thank you so much. Here's one of our members here. What's going on? C. Rose, good to see you. So in a minute, make sure you download the land trust in the video description. You're going to get a worksheet. We're going to go your worksheet. You can follow along. The land trust docs are down there too. And that special ends today. When you download my land trust document packet, this is under $300, like a couple of tanks of gas. I'm going to give you my subject to lease option training course along with all those docs too. So you're saving like $500 on that stuff. All right. Today only. That ends today. Now you can still get this stuff. I'm not, if you watch this after today, but I just want to show my love and appreciation for people that show up with me right now. All right, let's do this. So now we understand why we want our property out of our name. We understand that. We don't want the property in our name. Stop buying real estate in your name. Okay. Now, you may have to do that to get a loan. Some of us buy real estate. We get a mortgage. Some of us had to do that. But you can easily transfer it out of your name after you get the mortgage. It's just no reason to hold real estate in your name. It's just, it isn't. And I taught a class last week. I've got 40,000 views on this same topic. Even if you put it in your LLC, why would we want to put the property in our LLC? Well, two reasons. If something happens on that property, somebody comes after you for that property that you're doing, whatever it could be, you sold it. You're going to be doing another property. They can see you're in a link of the chain of title. So they could go type in your LLC and see you're still doing business. When you do business in a land trust, after you sell the property, that land trust is dead, doesn't exist anymore. So I'm going to show you in a minute exactly what my deeds look like. My name, I haven't been to a closing in over 10 years. I don't even go to closings. Our trustee shows up to closing. And if you follow my channel, you see I'm a trustee for other people too. People hire me all the time. I get a mobile notary. They come to my house. Boom, I sign the docs, over. So if you don't have somebody to trust for a trustee, I will do that. I don't advertise it. I'm not cheap. But you got to have somebody to trust. So thank you so much for joining us. Hit that like button. Get your questions in. The members will have questions answered first, by the way. Let me do this. Man, this is going to be such good stuff. I just love this. My favorite thing to do, this land trust stuff. So what we're going to go over here, I'm going to share with you how it's all broken down, the three moving parts, and then we're going to go over the documents. I'm going to show you my deed, and then we'll do Q&A. Is that okay with everybody? I got something going on here, so y'all got to forgive me on that. Okay, so go ahead and download your work. There's a worksheet in the video description. You can follow along. I need you to keep this in mind. If you don't understand how land trusts work, if it appears to be difficult or hard or challenging to learn, let me tell you, let me reinforce to you. It's only hard if it seems hard because you don't quite understand it yet. And after this video, all that's going to go away. You're going to know exactly how this stuff works. Okay, let's start at the top of our worksheet here, the land trust training. What is a land trust here? I want y'all to fill in the first blank. What is a land trust? You have to keep in mind a land trust is nothing but a way to take title to a piece of real estate. It's nothing but a way to take title to a piece of property. That's it, right? So we can get over that hurdle of understanding that all it is a way to own real estate. We can go on down the line. It gets a lot easier after everything from that point is downhill. So that word trust, a lot of us kind of get oh, that's I'm sorry, y'all. That's blank number 1. If you haven't yet, download this stuff. It's in the I got several links down there, and I'm going to have an offer for you at the end of this thing. I'm going to open up my inner circle. That's in the video description too. We'll talk about that. I'm not the cheapest guy, but I promise you, I have life-changing information for you. I'm telling y'all, I've changed my mindset to like trying to get everybody in. I'm like, listen, Chris, you got life-changing information. There's no reason you should be wasting time with people that aren't serious. I can show y'all text, email messages, people doing deals, y'all. They're doing deals, right now in several states. Life-changing information. Some of them on here right now. Texas, hey. So land trust, keep in your mind, is nothing but a way to take title. That's our first blank. Download that to a piece of real property, There are 3 basic moving parts in a land trust. 3. Next line. There are 3 basic moves and moving parts to a land trust. And yes, you are in the land trust workshop, by the way, if you're just joining us. Thanks for joining us, yo. This is the land trust workshop. There are 3 basic moving parts to a land trust, and we're going to go over them all right here. So you see my little diagram. You got to get this. I know some of you are like, man, I don't want to put the time in to learn. I don't want to put the time. Well, if you're not going to put the time in to learn this real estate business, you might as well put the time in or cut the video off right now. You cannot learn this stuff overnight. It takes time, okay? Take it from me. I've been studying since 2004, and I'm still learning stuff. I'm still got coaches and trainers teaching me stuff, right? Multifamily, financing, deed of trust, syndications, all this craziness. I'm still learning, right? So, man, I got some stories for y'all. Whew. The 3 moving parts. What are those? What is the first moving part? It's going to be our next line here. Number 1 is the trust agreement. Trust agreements. And fill out your worksheet there. If you don't have it, the videos in the links in the video description. Download your worksheet. Number 1, the trust agreement. Trust agreement. That is our first blank. The trust agreement. Well, what is a trust? What is a trust? Let's read it to you right here. A trust. Now, I'm getting this right out of your Barron's Real Estate Guide. Then your Barron's Real Estate Guide, that link is right there in the video description, y'all. I'm not trying to. Guy called me the other day, says, Chris, why are you giving away all of the secrets? I'm like, I'm not trying to hold this stuff back. I want to go to my grave knowing that I was a vessel. Okay. A trust, next line here. Trust is an arrangement whereby property is transferred to a trusted third party. The trustee. The trustee holds the property for the benefit of another. That's going to be the beneficiary. All right. You got your worksheet right here. If you don't have it, download it. I'm not going to keep going. The trust is an arrangement whereby property is transferred to a trusted third party, the trustee. In our instance, the trustee holds the property for the benefit of another. That's going to be the beneficiary. We're the beneficiaries. All right. So here's the moving parts for land trust right here, y'all. Oop. I got to get a headset, don't I? I get a headset here. I get one when we move to the new location. I'll get a headset. So how this thing works is your house. Everybody knows you got your house, right? Here's your property. You're going to be buying a piece of real estate. Let me scoot over here. You buy the property. It goes into the trust. It goes into the trust, right? So in essence, you're not owning the house anymore. You are owning the trust. Let me repeat that. in essence, you're not owning the property, you're owning the trust. And that is designated by the trust agreement. And if you have some issues, a land trust is nothing but a grantor revocable trust. That's all it is. If you go to your attorney or title company, just say, I want to do a grantor revocable trust, and they'll understand, right? Because I know some people, oh, you can't do this in my state. I promise you, we're doing these in every state. You just gotta kind of get the wording right, all right? So the house goes into trust, all right? We own the trust, not the real estate. I'm kind of trying to give you a flow chart of how this works. All right. So the trustee is our next moving part. Now, the trustee is going to be a person you trust or an entity you control. Why is that? Because the trustee does have to sign all the documents. All right. So in a minute, I'm going to show you my HUDs, my closing disclosures, and I'm going to show you my deeds, where you will not see Chris Haskins and you will not see in my LLC on there. You'll see the name of the trust and the trustee. All right. Now the trustee, next line, trustee is one who holds property in trust for another to secure performance of an obligation. He or she is the neutral part in a trust deed transaction. All right. It's good stuff. And I could talk about this stuff all day. Why? Because I'm bumping into so many people when I'm doing transactions. They have no idea. I'm like, you buy houses in a trust? Yeah. I don't want to do that. No, I don't want to mess with that trust stuff. House goes into trust agreement. The trustee, person you trust. And let me give you kind of an overview of what the trustee looks like. So the trustee for me is, I don't even say girl or guy, a person that signs all of our documents. All. When I say all, I'm talking about they can sign for loans, they sign the deed, they sign the closing disclosure, they can sign a lease, they can sign for if you want to refinance the property. So you have to make sure the trustee is someone you trust. Now, a lot of us might be saying, "Oh, Chris, I don't trust anybody to be the trustee for me." Well, two things: you got to either find somebody you trust, get in a better circle of friends, or you can get an entity you control and be your own trustee. I just don't recommend that, but you can. See, when you layer this thing all up, and land trusts aren't necessarily for asset protection, they are for anonymity. So when you layer it up and you got 5, 6, 7 trusts owning the property with 1, 2, 3 LLC as the trustee signing, you got all these documents. You got beneficiary documents, trustee documents, and land trust. You can layer it all up to hell. Then you got to unwind it when it's time to sell something. So that's why I just say, got 100 some people on here. Thank you guys for supporting. That's why I just say, look, make it simple. Just make the trustee somebody you trust. If you don't trust nobody, that's a personal issue. Once again, you need to get around a circle. I have trustees that I trust. No problems. I say, hey, look, can you be here this time? They get their money, they're gone. All right. Now the third part, and you guys are really getting this down. Make sure you download your worksheet here. The beneficiary, the person who receives or is to receive the benefits resulting from an ownership position or contract. All right, that's going to be your beneficiary, the third part right here. I love it. The beneficiary is the person who receives or is to receive the benefits resulting from an ownership position in a contract. Now, once again, if you don't have it yet, just go to the video description, download your Barron's Real Estate Guide. It'll give you all the, is that going to zoom in and put it in front of my face? There we go. Look how crisp that is. If you don't have your Barron's Real Estate Guide, all the links in the video description, you get them right there. Just go get you got to have some type of dictionary or terms in your office or in your house, right? You got to. If you think you're a real estate guy and you don't have any type of a real estate dictionary in your house, how can you know what the heck you're doing? It's like living in America and not having a dictionary at the house. Uh-oh. Who am I talking to? You round up homies, you ain't got no dictionary. You better get your butt out there and get you a dictionary and keep it in your bookshelf. Have you get that internet. Alexa go out and you can't figure out how to spell something. Y'all ought to be ashamed. Get you a dictionary too. All right. So the beneficiary is going to be you or your LLC. For me, it's not LLC. Now, the reason I'm so heavy and vigilance about using land trust is because I had a guy call me. He goes, Chris, I did work for somebody, da-da-da, boom, boom, boom. The roof started, he was a contractor, did some work for somebody. Roof started leaking. I think he put a roof on somebody's property. It's a true story. A guy calls me, says, Chris, I did a roof for somebody and started leaking, destroyed a whole bunch of their property. They're coming after me, $19,000 judgment. I'm like, cool, man. I'm not worried. So you got this thing, it's coming. So all we need to do, we can get your properties out of your name or out of your LLC into your trust. He goes, Chris, the judgment already came down. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? After the judgment comes down, it's too late. Right. So how could he? Let me make sure my mic is working. Camera, video, sure, mic. How could we prevent the judgment being attached to and essentially that judgment attached to his property, right? It attached to his property. People come to me after the judgment is down the pipeline. I'm like, cool. They call me. I'm like, cool. All we gotta do is transfer this out of your name into the trust. Well, the judgment's already here. So when the judgment is already there, if you transfer, well, you can't transfer it out. It just can't be done. It's going to follow you. You can't get title insurance. If you do get a judgment and the property is in your name, that judgment will have to be paid off before you sell the property. All right. Now, all my homies watching, the child support homies, y'all better not be using this against the ladies. They needs that money. All right. So I'm not even going to get into that. Why y'all dudes email me all the time, going through a divorce, child support, I'm like, I'm not going to be in no parts of that, yo. I'm just not going to. Okay. So guy says, Chris's judgment's already here. So I'm like, brother, I can't help you. I can't help you. The judgment's already here. Transferring them out of your name isn't going to help the fact that that judgment is still there. If you do transfer it, the title insurance you can't get title insurance on it. Okay. That's why I'm pushing so heavy on getting these houses out of your name and out of your LLC. Okay. So I want you guys to understand the flow chart. And it's the same thing right here is on your worksheet, same flow chart. House, you got your house, right? Y'all got this. I want y'all to get this. House goes in. I'm going to do it again. House goes into land trust, the trust agreement, and we're going to go over that in a minute. The trust agreement is where all the terms are spelled out. It lets you, the person that owns the property, know who the trustee is, who the beneficiary is, what property it is, how much you're paying the trustee. All that stuff is outlined inside this trust agreement, and it's about 9 pages. And make sure you download that. Download that in the video description. We're going to be going over that in a few moments. You have to understand this stuff if you want to get these houses out of your name. So house goes in trust agreement, trustee, person you trust, signs for all the important stuff, everything that's going on, right? Because remember the trustee, they're the neutral part in the trust deed transaction. All right, the trustee, I liken the trustee to an employee. Trustee is nothing but your employee. So I say, we got a closing, right? I just call my trustee. I say, hey, be at the title company at 4 o'clock. Or what time can you be there? He says 3 o'clock. Boom, he goes and closes. No problems. I don't show up. Now, yes, I do wire the money, but I don't show up to closings anymore. Our trustee shows up to closings. All right. Now, you see where I got this little white fence right here? I want you to know that the beneficiary is in the background. The beneficiary, remember we said here, is the one who benefits resulting from an ownership position or contract. So the beneficiary, which is you or your LLC, you are the one that benefits. You are the one that collects the rent. You get down payments on lease options. If they do refinance it, that money will come to you. If you sell it or dispose of it, that's your money because you are the one. Let's just say beneficiary is another. We can say another name for beneficiary is the owner of the actual land trust, right? And the land trust is personal property, not real property. That stuff's cool. So cool, isn't it? If you are getting any value out of this live here today, please hit that thumbs up for me. Smash that like button is right there below somewhere. All right. So we can continue to serve our community. So That's the same thing here on your worksheet. You can see I wrote it all down here. There's a trust agreement. The trustee is out there taking all the bullets for you, and the beneficiary is you. You're in the background taking all the bullets. I'm sorry, you're getting all the benefits. Sorry, the trustee is the one getting all the bullets. Now, everybody thinks that, oh man, the trustee, what if he goes out there and goes rogue, sells my property? Or let me tell you, I have been trustee on many, many houses. I never forget when my mentor hired me to be his trustee. He went and bought. Well, I guess I did. I borrowed 50,000. Oh, no. That's not what it was. He bought a property, and the seller did seller financing. I guess he did borrow $50,000. It was 49,000 from a seller. So round up. So I went in there. Obviously, I'm just a trustee. How do I know that the trustee has no liability for this land trust? How do I know that? First of all, it's in the documents, which we're going to go over in a minute. But I have actually been sued. I have been sued as the trustee on a piece of real estate. I'm telling y'all, I've lived this stuff. I'm not going to tell you something that I don't know. So I got the letter in the mail. I was sweating at nighttime trying to figure out. I preached this stuff, and I'm like, does this stuff really work? Does it really work? So the land trust states that the trustee has no liability when it comes to this trust agreement. But will it hold up in court? That's what I'm thinking. So, man, I feel like it was yesterday. I'm sweating. My wife remembers I'm in the bed. Babe, I got to go to court tomorrow. Went to court. I got a summons, right? I got a subpoena to go to court. I was getting sued too. The trust was getting sued. My man, it was a personal relationship. He was getting sued, but I was getting sued as the trustee. And I'm like, hold up, trustee has no liability on this land trust thing. So I thought. So I went to court. Your boy got your tie on, suit and tie, looking good. Show up in court. They called our names. Chris Haskins. I showed up. I said, Your Honor, I am merely acting in capacity as a trustee for this land trust. I took the docs, took the deed in there, took the trust in there. I showed it to him. He goes, looks at it. Now this is the judge. Now I'm not an attorney. I'm just up there, just a guy trying to figure out not to get sued for this 50,000. I don't want to pay for it. I didn't borrow that 50,000. The trust borrowed that 50,000. I just happened to sign on behalf of the trust, right? I went to court. Judge looks. He goes, you know what, Mr. Haskins, you're dismissed. Bang. I'm here to tell y'all, man, the sweat beads. Because you just imagine your boy standing in court. Your Honor, I'm just a trustee. Honestly, I didn't get any of that money. I just signed. Basically, remember what we said, the trustee is almost like an employee. Like, Your Honor, all I did was sign. Judge let me go. The judge let me go, y'all. So I thought that was a good day. And it was a little air under my wings to kind of say, Chris, man, maybe this stuff does work. Maybe land trusts do work. Okay, so you got your worksheet here. You understand the little circle here. So when you sell the property, all the money comes here. Now we have some tricks. Sometimes the title company doesn't want to write a check out to the beneficiary. So we'll get to that in a minute. I know you guys are dying to hear this stuff. I know you're dying. Well, what if they don't want to make I would have to get a check made out to the trust and they got to get a bank account and tax ID? No, you don't. No, you don't have to do that. Okay. So let's go over these docs. My favorite part of these trainings. Let me move you, scoot you up. Yeah, that's much better. Let's go over the docs. So if you haven't yet, make sure you go to the video description, download my land trust document packet you are going to get along with that for, I think it's $47, less than a half a tank of gas. My complete subject to lease option training, along with my subject to document packet and my lease option docs too. So you're going to be set after this. I don't want to hear no, man, you should be able to buy the house subject to in a land trust, sell it on a lease option, boom, collect large down payment. You're good. After this training, you're good. All right. So get those docs, download them. Let's go over some of these docs, y'all. And get your questions in also, because members' questions will be answered first. I love this land trust stuff. I love it. Best way to buy real estate. All right, so what we're going to do now, we're going to go over the docs and how it's all set up so you can understand when you're going in to buy your next house. I know it can seem a lot. It's going to take some time. But don't beat yourself up. Once again, it took me 3 years to deploy because I was still learning, comprehending. I remember I'd go buy a house. I'd say to myself, Chris, you need to be buying this in a land trust. but I got that resistance. It's easier just to go ahead and use my LLC. Let's do it. LLC, boom. Year after year. I'm like, Chris, you know you need to be buying a house in a land trust. Go to closing. Don't want to fill out the paperwork. Don't want to fill out the paperwork. Boom. All right, just put it in my LLC. Let's go. Finally, after year 3, I'm like, you know what? I'm going to take the time to fill out this stinking paperwork so I can stop buying houses in my LLC. Because once the land trust is sold, once the house is sold, the land trust is dead, right? So you can't even sue it. You got to go sue it. It has nothing to do with you. It doesn't even exist anymore. And a land trust is a pass-through entity. So all of the tax liabilities, I know you're thinking, well, who pays taxes? And all the tax liability flows through to your beneficiary. Flows through to, what is it, pass-through entity? It flows right through to you. If you got whatever your LLC is or your social security number, whatever either one of those. Man, is this good stuff or what? Is this not good stuff? Okay, I'm going to share my screen. First document we're going to go over here. That link, make sure you download your docs. It's right in the video description, y'all. And my subject to lease option training bonus, that does go away today. I'm taking it away. I'm giving it to you now because I want to support those that support me. Now, you can still get the land trust docs. It just won't get those bonuses included, okay? Why? Because I love y'all, man. I appreciate you for supporting. Let's share screen. Oh, they changed my stupid thing. Now it doesn't say share. It says present screen. That's so weird. Why are you doing that? Okay, so pull up the first document is going to be your land trust agreement. Land trust. Blank land trust. So make sure you pull this as your first. This is going to be a land trust agreement. Put 200 here. Y'all let me know if y'all can see that. The land trust agreement. And remember, we said what? The land trust. Shoot, sorry, y'all. Let me do this. Make it a little bit there. The land trust. Remember the house. Oops. The house goes into the land trust. All right. So this the trust agreement is the first part. And remember, we said the land trust has nothing but 3 moving parts: trust agreement, trustee, beneficiary. That's it. It's just black ink on white paper. Nothing more. Nothing more. I got so many stories for you. Okay, so this is your trust agreement. This is your trust agreement right here, y'all. So let's get into this. Make sure you download your land docs. The link is in the video description. Get them downloaded so you follow along. Okay, you or your company name. This is how we fill it out. This is exactly how I do it each and every time we buy a property. As grantors or beneficiaries. Remember, we said it's a Grantor Revocable Trust. Same thing. Hereinafter collectively referred to as the beneficiary, whether one or more, which designation shall include all successors in interest of any beneficiary, and your trustee, someone you trust, as trustee whose address is blank. So what we generally speaking do, we use our trustee's address for each one of our trusts. Okay. Declaration of trust. Number 1, the trust created by the grantors herein shall be known as the blank trust. Okay, now how do we name these things? This is important, y'all. Please pay attention here. Please pay attention. So I want to show you. Is that here? Okay, how do we name these things? So this is one of my deeds. Ooh, darn it, what is this thing? How do we name these things, y'all? This is one of my deeds, okay? This deed of sale, da-da-da. We bought it from this lady here. Grantor and blank. That's my trustee. This is my deed. I'm going to show y'all. Look, this is nothing but a deed here. Prepared, attorney, all that stuff. This is the deed. Now, this is my trustee's name. Trustee of the 408 trust. Hereinafter referred to as grantee. So this is what my deeds look like when we buy a piece of real estate. Why am I showing you this? Because I want you to understand that your trustee's name does go on title. Let me repeat that. Your trustee's name will appear on the deed. All right. So you can see whatever that's my trustee's name, trustee of the 408 trust. So all we do now, how we name them, I just put the street number. Boom. 562 trust. If we're buying 123 Main Street, this house goes into 123 trust, right? I'm just giving y'all that. That's exactly how we name our trust. Okay. So that's my trustee's name. So that's how we name it. Number two, purpose of this trust. The purpose of this trust shall be to hold title to the trust property and to protect and conserve it until its sale or other disposition or liquidation. Remember, what did we say? Purpose of a land trust is to do nothing but to own a piece of real estate, period. That's it. So get that through your mind. That's the first hurdle we got to get over. That's the most complicated thing we got to get over. Number five, duties and interests of beneficiaries. The persons named in the attached exhibit B, I'm going to show you at the end how that's the name of the beneficiaries, are the beneficiaries of this trust, and as such shall be entitled to all earnings. Remember, what did we say? The beneficiary is going to be who? You or your LLC, right here. We're the ones that collect rent. We get down payment money. When we sell it, we collect the proceeds. When they refinance it, we get that money. So we're the ones that benefit, and it's written right there in the trust. We also get the right to direct the trustee. We are the ones that are directing this guy right here. We have the right to participate in the management if we want to. We have the right to receive the proceeds and avails from the rental, sale, mortgage, or other disposition of the property. We said that. Powers and duties of trustee. So now this is where the guy that you hire, or girl, or us. I can do that. I'm not the cheapest. I'm not the cheapest guy. You can use me if you want, but I'm not gonna be the cheapest dude. The camera to make sure y'all can see that. Ooh. The trustee shall not record this agreement or the name of any of the beneficiaries in any place of public record, unless ordered by a court order. So what does that mean? I gotta stay here for a minute. Not recorded anywhere in public. So let me remove that. The good thing about this 9-page document that you've already downloaded and we're going over right now, the only place it goes is in your file cabinet. It does not go to the courthouse. No one knows who the beneficiary is. Nobody knows who the beneficiary is except for the trustee. And maybe the title company, you might have to give it to them. But no one knows. That's the beauty of using land trusts. The beneficiary never even comes out. He didn't come out. He's just back in the back chilling, collecting checks, right? He's hired the trustee to go close. Now, you can do work if you want to. I do a ton of work, but you don't, it's up to you. So, but I want you to see that it's written right there in the docs that the trustee is not going to record this information. That way, if it's in your file cabinet, the only person that's going to know who this is you, yourself, and you. Okay? The only person that's going to know who the beneficiary. You can't find out who it is without a court order, right? They can mortgage the whole or any part of the property. They can borrow money. The trustee shall have the following powers with the consent of the beneficiaries: purchase the property, sell it. Here we go, right here. Number 2, sell at public auction or private sale or exchange, or to dispose of otherwise any part or whole. They can rent or lease the whole or any part of the property. All right, so y'all gotta know this stuff. So the trustee, they got some power, y'all. You're giving some power to these trustees, so you got to know who you're dealing with. Thank God I trust my trustees. I have no problem with them. Give them a call. They're right there for me. They're right there every time. Their name is on my deed to my property. I never forget one time I had a client. I used to have inner circle members coming to my house, and one guy typed up my address and PropStream. He's like, Chris, you don't own your house. You've been making this stuff up. I'm like, you're right. I don't. You daggone right. I do not own my house. My trustee holds the title to my house. Why would I want to own I'm like, you know what? Good for you. You did your research and you found out. Number 7, compensation of trustee. The beneficiaries jointly and severally agree that the trustee shall receive the sum of blank dollars. So we pay our guy $100. I'm charging $250 to $300 to do this. But we pay out $100. All they do is show up at closing, sign the docs, and they're gone. Right. Number 8, liability of trustee. All obligations incurred by the trustee hereunder shall be the obligations of the trust only and not the individual trustee. The trustee shall not be required to enter into any personal obligations or liability in dealing with the trust property. Okay. How do I know this works? Because I have personally had one of my trustees file bankruptcy, right? So I'm like, he did it. He went through all that stuff on his own, had no effect on my trusts. None. Matter of fact, in fact, my trust never even came up in conversation during his proceedings. Number 9, removal of trustee. The beneficiaries shall have the power to remove a trustee from his office or appoint a successor trustee at any time, just in case the trustees start to get funky on you. Sorry, y'all. Just in case your trustee starts to get a little funky on you, right? We're going to give you that document too. It's called the appointment of successor trustee. You can get rid of them at any time. 1 second. Okay. The trustee can be fired at any time by you. Resignation. A trustee may resign his or her office within 30 days of written notice. So sometimes these relationships do have to end. Not all relationships, round up homies, are meant to be forever. It's just not the case. So don't get mad if your trustee says, you know what, it's time for me to move on. Don't get mad at them. Just, hey, listen, go out there, get something else, get something different. Good stuff. Make sure you download your docs. And I hope you're following along to get this stuff. Number 14, assignment. The interest of a beneficiary or any part of that interest may be transferred only by written assignment. And I'm going to give you my assignment of beneficial interest. You're going to get that document today too. 15, the trustee should have no individual liability or obligation whatsoever arising from his ownership as trustee of the legal title to the property. We already went over that. No liability. Governing law. This agreement and all transactions contemplated hereby shall be governed by, construed, and enforced in accordance with the laws of the state of. Now, please put your state in here. Don't turn in, you live in Illinois and you're turning in Virginia. Change the state. Chesapeake. Well, what state that was in. Okay. Now, here we go. This is how you sign this thing, y'all. This is page 7. Now we're going fast. Please get your questions in. You won't get all this stuff in an hour, right? So you can rewind it. But my goal here was just to kind of push you over the edge so you can at least try. Just try this stuff. All right. Download your stuff so you can follow along with this thing. Now, this is the signature page. What page is this? Page 7. All right. Beneficiaries. This is you. Now, for me, we use my LLC as the beneficiary. So I sign my name, managing member. And your trustee is going to sign their name. You can even do B. Madison or whatever their full name, trustee. That is how you sign the land trust. All right. It's important that you put trustee down there. Why is that important, Chris? Well, let's think about that. I never forget. It was like yesterday. So many experiences to share with you. So many. I was the trustee for this person in Florida. They sent me a document, and the document says Chris Haskins is personally liable for this trust. I'm like, what is wrong with these people? Do they think I'm crazy? So when we sign, I'll show you how it looks. When you sign as, let's say you're the trustee or you hire somebody, they sign their name. Let's just say, K. Haskins, trustee. You see that? So I signed K. Period Haskins or whatever squiggle. I'm not gonna put my signature up there. Trustee. Trustee. So the reason we put trustee because that person is signing in capacity of the trustee for this trust. Let me say that again. They're not signing it personally, right? They're not signing it on behalf of Chris Haskins personally. Now, if you don't put like you might see CEO, managing member, president, secretary, they are signing on behalf of the only capacity that's in the 4 walls of this paperwork, right? But if you don't put trustee behind it, trustee, hope y'all can see that. That's real. It's kind of little. Can y'all see that? I'll make a bigger one. Let's see. That's stupid big. Let's say I'm signing it. So I'll put K, whatever, trustee. Well, I could put Chris Haskins, comma, trustee, whatever. So I'm putting Chris Haskins, comma. That's that comma. It's so amazing how the English language, whoo, you sign something wrong, boy, they're coming after you. Y'all, you know how you know how US how we do in the US. You better have that stuff signed right, comma. Now the beneficiary, comma, managing member. If you're if it's your LLC, that's why I don't even want you to be the owner of your. Just think about it. You get some creditor or predator coming around, right? Just think about it. They do get a court order to pull your land trust. Then they see who the beneficiaries are, and then they see this. It's an LLC. That's another line of defense. So the land trust is just the first line of defense. Okay, so and it's not even going to necessarily protect you, but it is going to require. It will require anyone that's coming after you to spend some time and money. All right, that's the magic thing. How much is it going to cost to get a court order and subpoena them to come in? All right, we're going to think about that. Let's think about that. So the land trust, it's going to make people, it's got a little bit of teeth. It's going to make whoever's coming after you go have a conversation with their checkbook. Okay, that's my favorite part. All right, we got 115 people. Good to see y'all. All right, next document we're going to go over here. Oh, I'm sorry. That's my deed. We went over that one. Land trust. Now, next page is going to be the property address. So you put the property address, legal description, whatever there. And then the last page, it outlines the beneficiaries. It's written, typed in for the beneficiaries. That's page 9, I believe. Is that it? It's good stuff. So you guys, okay. So if you want to read the whole land trust, which I have never done, or have I? I don't know. If you want to go to sleep, I remember my mentor says, Chris, read the land trust if you want a cure for insomnia. Right? I thought that was cool. All right, make sure you get your questions in. We're here with, oh, damn, we got to speed this up. All right, so that was our first document, land trust there. So you already saw my deed. You saw what the deed looks like. Let's see. Let's do the assignment of beneficial interest. Our next document, and round up, homies, if you have not yet, go ahead in the video description. Download your documents, man. Download your trust agreements, all this stuff so you have it the next time you go. Let me tell you how this is going to work. You download the stuff, you get ready to buy a property, you fill it all out. You give this to the title company or attorney to create the deed for you. All right. So you already have it right here. You show up like, boom, I need this house in a trust. Here you go. Because we all know how real estate, the spirit of real estate works, right? It works with documents. Real estate speaks through documents. So you can't say, title company, can you put this house in a trust? They're going to look at you like you're crazy. You have to give them the docs, give it to them, and then let them prepare the deed, and you're good, right? Now, we're going to go over in a minute about not only buying houses in our name, but we want to transfer them out of our name. If you bought a house and you had a mortgage in your name, you can still transfer it out into a land trust. Now, I will say it's infinitely harder to do that. If anybody's heard me before, it's so hard to transfer a house that you already own into a land trust. Why? Because it takes time, energy, effort, takes money, recording fees. You got to have documents, all that stuff. So it's easier to buy it at first in a trust, right? But that's not in the cards for all of us. But you can buy it in your name and then just transfer it over to a land trust after you've got the after you own the property. And that's just another deed, and the title company can do that for you. We'll go over that. Let's see, land trust here. Oh, beneficial interest. Let's do this. Okay, let's say, what if you want to sell? What if you want to sell your land trust here? This is real simple, y'all. Because sometimes we'll sell the beneficial interest of that land trust. It's so much cheaper, y'all. Remember, everything in my world is what? Standard. Standard assignment, standard lease, standard options, standard this, standard purchase and sale agreement. Everything's standard. Now, this is a standard assignment of beneficial interest. You're just going to, this is when we're wholesaling houses inside of a land trust, or you can, either way, you can own it and sell it, or sell it before you even own it. This addendum, blah, 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 by in between. Okay, the signor, the signee, Assignee agrees to assign his rights and beneficial interest to the assignor for a fee of $5,000. Right, and payable as follows: on or before. Then the assignee shall close the original contract on before. So this is sometimes we sell. Let's say you are a wholesaler, right? A lot of us are saying, I don't need to use land trust because I'm a wholesaler. I promise you. True story. You better be using trust anyway. So my guy, one of my inner circle members, he's buying a house from an attorney, right? I'm like, shoot, he's in my inner circle. I know he knows what to do, and he's local. I'm like, man, okay. He had a contract, couldn't find a buyer. He's a wholesaler, could not find a buyer for this particular contract. So the attorney, she didn't like that. So she actually came after him, sent him a thing to go to court to sue him for specific performance. He was suing him for specific performance. What is that? If you sign a contract, you're supposed to be able to go in there and close on it. And he was extremely worried. He called me up. He goes, Chris, man, I got an attorney. She's suing me because I didn't close on the house that I was going to wholesale. And I'm like, you know what? We shouldn't have to worry about that because we use land trust. You know what I mean? Let her sue the trust. You ain't got nothing to do with it. He goes, Chris, I put the property in my LLC. Lord have mercy. You know, I almost lost it. No, I almost lost it, Roundup. I'm like, what are you doing putting purchase and sale agreements in your LLC? What are you doing? Why would you do that? He goes, you know, Chris, you're right. You're right. I don't know what it is. What is it that just gives us that resistance? Not wanting to do something, right? We know we're not supposed to put a 6 or 7 figure asset in our name or our LLC, but we do it anyway. Just like you. Right now, you're gonna in this class, you're gonna go, you got a closing probably coming up. You're gonna go to closing. You're gonna put it right in your LLC. You're gonna hear my voice. Chris told me not to do this, but I'm just not ready yet. I'm just not ready. I'm not ready yet. And I'm cool. I'm not mad at you. I'm just here to gently push you along. Gently here. Okay. All right. So that's the assignment of beneficial interest. Get your questions in, Roundup. Get your questions in. Next document here. Oh, you saw my deed. And sometimes here's one here I had to start using here. Oops. Oh, you'll also see my assignment of proceeds. Sometimes they don't want to write a check out to the trust. You'll see my assignment of proceeds in there. We don't need to go over that one. That's a simple one. What else here? Deed from lawyer. Is this another one? Deed from lawyer. Chris Haskins. Let's see what we got here. I got so many documents to show y'all. It's ridiculous. Oh, okay. There's another deed. There's another deed, y'all. So here's a guy hired me to be his trustee. God, this stupid thing. Sorry, y'all. I'm struggling. So this is what his deed looks like. So what happens is Chris Haskins, I'm the trustee for him. Oh yeah, I forgot I had this in here. So y'all can see, same thing, y'all. Chris Haskins, comma trustee. Enclosed, you found the deed. I put this in there because I wanted y'all to see what this stuff looks like. And so I get his mail, which I just happen to know the guy. So I'm other people's trustees too. Okay. So I wanted y'all to see that there. Deeds. Yes. His name isn't even on the deed. Just my name on the deed. I wish they would call me about something. I know nothing. If they do call me, I don't know nothing. They don't even the trustee don't got nothing to do with nothing. Oh shoot, wrong thing. Y'all bear with me, y'all. I just gotta get through these. So many docs. Let's sign the proceeds. Sign the bid proceeds. Get a court to trust. Oh. Now we are still going over these docs. Now I gave you all that special bonus if you download them now. So oh come on, where is this at? Oh, there we go. Okay. Next thing is blank warranty deed. Oh, y'all saw that already? Blank land trust. Oh, is that it? Warranty deed to trustee. Where is that at? Okay, last thing is the warranty deed to trustee. Now, this here is, let's say you already own the property. You own the property already. You can look at this deed, but I don't want you to practice creating deeds. I want you to give this stuff to the title company. So this is if you already own the property, if you own the house already, you can just you're taking your warranty, deeding it to the trustee. So this deed for good consideration made this blank between you and the name of the trust. That's it. So this is your warranty deed, property address there. Once again, you're not necessarily you're not necessarily creating the deed. I still want your title company to do this stuff for you. All right. Man, you guys got this stuff. You got it. You got it. So now we understand how trusts work. We understand why we're using them. We understand when to use them, before or after you bought the house, right? You can do that. Sometimes even if you do buy it in the land trust, you can put it, if you want to refinance, you might have to deed it in your name and then deed it back. So many things you might have to do because not every mortgage company is going to understand how these things work. It's just how it is. So I'm so excited for you. You got land trust down within the last hour. Now, let's get to some Q&A, but I want to just encourage you, encourage you. I submit to you. It's going to take time. All right. If you didn't get all this stuff at once, it's going to take a little time just for you to kind of understand and grasp. How is it that I own a house? Well, I own the house, but it's not in my name or not in my company. But I don't know what if the trustee, what if I don't, the agreement here, and then it takes a little time, y'all. It takes a little time, right? Don't be so hard on yourself. I know if you're anything like me, you're so studying. I need to do this. So take some time. Give yourself a break. All right. Just take a few moments. It's going to take a little time just for it to all digest. Now, if you think you're going to understand the ways of the wealthy in 1 hour, right? We shouldn't do that to us. We should not do that to ourselves anyway. Cannot wait to share with y'all too. I got the building the new house, man. It's gonna be nice. All right, let's do some Q&A, man. Let's get some Q&A. Make sure you download it. If you missed it already, the special is going on to the end of the day. In the video description, you can download all my land trust document packets. I'm going to give you that bonus, the subject to lease option training course, 6 hours of training for $47. Giving that to you. That will go away. You're going to get all those subject to docs and the land trust docs, including in that too. It is my honor to serve you. It's my honor to serve you. Yes, greetings. Let's get some Q&A here. You can hear me? Good. Shalom. Yeah, Don, I've got some terrible, I don't know. I got to get some better internet here. Rick, you're welcome. You're welcome. Robin, in Texas, is it different in a land trust, correct? No. Trusts are trusts coast to coast. Now, unfortunately, Texans, y'all like Martians. I don't know why. Texas is like a whole nother state. Just take the docs, take it into your title company, and let them tell you what to change. Okay. Land trust is to hidden see. What are the downsides to land trust? How you protect it? And what it's protected itself with your beneficiary. This is where your protection comes in with the beneficiary. Let me do that again. Who asked that? Chuck, your protection comes in with your beneficiary, with your LLC, my friend. Thank you. Blessings to you too. Blessings. Mary, hey, Mary, that's one of our inner circle members. Thank you. How do I decide? Mary, you got people that you trust. How I decide people that I trust? It's just guys that I know arbitrarily. Like, listen, I just was doing business, guys that I was doing business with. I'm like, I can trust this guy. Hey, would you mind being my trustee or friend or family? That's who I decide to be the trustee. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you, Mary. You are just phenomenal to work with. I hope you're doing better from Tuesday. Kiera, is the trustee responsible for taxes? Absolutely not, but that's a good question. The tax responsibility and burden falls right here, all on the beneficiary, y'all. It shows up on the beneficiary's tax return, and the beneficiary is responsible for paying those real estate taxes too. All right, so make sure you keep that in mind. What was that? Kiera? Nice name there. It's important to give the trustee the option to elect how to distribute the benefits. That's true. That is true. But they won't, the STRB, they won't have to worry about taxes though. Chris, if I wholesale a property, one of our members, C Rose, what's up, homie? If I wholesale a property and put it in land trust, send the land trust to my trustee, then the purchase and sales agreement and the assignment contract to the title company, do I have to show up at the closing? No, you don't. We don't show up at closings, brother. The link for the documents, S. Jillian, is in the video description. The link is right in the video description, my friend. The link to download this stuff is right there in the video description. And that special will be ending tomorrow. Just go to the video description right below. It'll be right there. Let's see. The special that you're going to get my... oh, I didn't give you the right doc. I'm sorry. I didn't give you the right link. Hold on. Let me give you the right link. Sorry about that. Let me switch out the links because you got to get the subject to lease option thing as well. Sorry about that. These questions in, we're going to still take Q&A, okay? Sorry about that. So yes, you might have to refresh your screen to be eligible to get my subject to lease option training course and the docs at the bonus price. Just refresh your screen there. Sorry about that, y'all. I put the wrong thing in there. Clay, what up, man? Long time. How do you get the property into a housing authority with Section 8 when the house is in land trust? Same way. The housing, that's a good question, Clay. The housing department does not ask for the deed when you go in and submit your property on the list. Well, at least they never asked for me or none of my inner circle members. So when you go in there, you're putting the address on there. You could, I'm just my own. I'm just the property manager for my land trust when it comes to Section 8. They have no idea about the title when it comes to that. George purchased land trust 2 days ago, but wanted to purchase subject to. Well, you can get just send us an email, my friend. Just send us an email if we got one thing issue. Z-Reg, yes, $297 is total, but you're still going to get, if you refresh your screen, I'm sorry about that. If you refresh the screen, you'll get my subject to lease option training course along with that for $47. Thank you for your support, and Florence, I appreciate you. Remember, there's SE. There's also, for my inner circle, there's a link in the video description. We have 3 plans. It's 5,000, 9,800, and 18,000. I'm telling you straight up. Why? Because I believe that the amount of value that you're going to get for that amount of money is going to be 10 times that. I don't necessarily believe it. I know, right? Because I've seen people already benefit from this. So there's a link to book a call with us in the video description as well if you want to find out more about our inner circle. Ivana, Chris, what's my email address? I duplicated payment. Yes, it will be right. The emails is to chris@chrishaskins.com, my friend. Chris at business. There's no code, Z-Ray. Just type in, you just refresh your screen. I'm sorry, I put the wrong link in there. If you refresh your screen, you'll see the right link, and it has my sub 2 lease option docs available. It's a bonus that you can get. Yeah, man, get you guys a bonus. Everybody loves bonuses, right? Everybody loves bonuses. Who doesn't like a bonus? Q&A is my favorite time of the day, by the way. Q&A. This is where, so the subject to lease option, the subject to lease option training will go away tonight. If you get the doc packet, I'll throw in that for $47. But it ends today. Newton, where do I get the lease option docs? If you go, man, yes, this was earlier. Newton, thank you for becoming one of my members. There's a link in the video description to get the land trust documents, right? And when you check out, just click the button. There's a bump right there for $47. You can get the lease option and subject to stuff too. Mitchell, I purchased the land trust subject to training, but can't find them in the link to the same. Okay, just email us. Anybody got a problem with the link, we'll get you straight. One of our members, Monica, already purchased land trust Cool. Can you send me the training? Yes, I can do that. Just email us, whatever you need. Email us. Any questions on that stuff? Email us. Will the docs be pass available to past land trust buyers? Yes, you can pass them over. G. Tarver. So you must use the same title company, and they have your trust operating docs that can only be updated by you. So the trustee can't walk off with cash. Absolutely. That's a good question. That's a good point to make, G. Tarver. The trustee, remember, the trustee doesn't have the docs. The trustee, even when I am somebody else's trustee, I show up and sign. So they bring me, the mobile notary comes to my house. I sign them. I'm the trustee. They notarize it. Then I'm like, here, I'll either mail them back or I don't have the hard copy of those docs. I don't keep a hard copy of that. Good idea. That's a good point, G. Tarver. Newton, can you name the trust as the seller's last name? Absolutely. Matter of fact, I was doing a lot of that. In fact, I was doing a ton of that when I used to buy sub two. Say I was buying a house, I'll never forget Michael. Michael Little. Michael Little. What's up, Mike? If you're watching. Michael Little. I bought that. That was one of my ones a long time ago. Little Family Trust. The Little Family Trust is what I used to do years ago. I don't do that anymore. Shit, I just stopped caring. Epic Gamer. I see it all clear as water. Good for you. Same for you. Can't stop laughing with okay. Chris, what do I order for 40? Wow, look at that picture. Man, you are a model. Look like I'm doing some modeling there. That link, I had the wrong link. Just go to the video description. If you got the land trust docs and you missed the subject to lease option docs upsell, just email us and we'll honor it. You're welcome. Epic Gamer, you're welcome. Monica, already got the purchase. Yes, we'll give it to you. Just email us, Monica. We'll email us. Hope Rules. What's up, man? What's up? Mitchell, it's in the video description, my friend. The link to download the docs. STRB, how can I refinance a property in the trust without making the borrower the trustee for title insurance purposes? In other words, how do you refinance without exposing yourself to chain of title? Don't know if you're going to be able to do that. STRB, generally speaking, most lenders are going to want you to be on title. So let's just presume that you're dealing with most lenders, right? So just because you were in the chain doesn't mean that you are now. So don't get upset or get out of whack a little bit because let's say you own it, right? Or you just say you bought it in the trust and you want to refinance it, you had to put it in your name. Boom, got the loan, 100,000. Boom, now you put it out of your name. Just because you're in the chain doesn't necessarily, you still don't own it now, which I know is not it's not desirable, but now you don't own it. So get it done. First Lady J, seeing me for the first time last night. Looking forward to learning from you. It's good. Thank you. Thank you. Good to see you. Twyla, no, something wrong. I already have a few properties. Good for you, Tamika. Can I use this same process to put those properties in a trust and then move them under my? Absolutely. Tamika, take the trust agreement to your title company. Say, look, I want to take these properties out of my name, put them in the trust. I'm doing one right now. I'm going to tell you my strategy real quick, y'all. My strategy just for my life was to buy property, pay them off, and then refinance them with private lenders. Get credit lines with private people. So I'm borrowing a bunch of money from a guy. We're doing a title search. I have to go and sign. And my lender doesn't care about how it's being titled. He's got to lean against the property. So we borrow that money so I have to do a deeding it out of my name into the trust and borrow some money. So yes, you can do that. Just move it. Get the title company to do that deed for you. George Page, I want to get the subject to training for. I tried to get it 2 days ago. Purchase land. I couldn't. Email us any problems. I know I put y'all. Please forgive me. I put the wrong link in the video description. It's the right one now. You have to just refresh your screen. Go out and come back in. You're gonna get the subject to docs. The subject to lease option training for $47. That's what you need. Yeah. Just email us, man. Chris@chrishaskins.com, George. Mighty Savage, don't use the seller's name in any capacity in the trust. Looks shady. You're right. The judge will likely go in favor of the plaintiff. I mean, Mighty Savage, I'm not mad at you. I'm really not, because I don't do that anymore. Mighty Savage, I am so not mad at you. And I agree. I would not do that anymore. I used to do that. We're naming the trust, right? I think you're right. HS and shoot, I can't. Sandy chick. I'm in Louisiana. There was no land trust here. It was suggested to do a living trust. You can try that with a Wyoming LLC company and have rental property in a Louisiana LLC. That is complicated. Now, when it says no living trust, no trust, that just means they may not have a state statute, but it's still by default. You can still put it. We've done them. I've already done them. So just keep that in mind when you're talking to the people down there. Celestial light, can a land trust be used in all states? Only in Florida and Illinois. Yep. Use them in every state. John, I don't know if I trust this. Oh, well, you don't have to, my friend. I don't know why you're even here if you don't trust us. Destiny, it's been taking me some time to understand how to do this. You don't have a trust. Well, Destiny, if you don't have a trustee, it's going to take you some time. You got to have a trustee. You have to. That's one of the. Oh, shoot, y'all got me. I'm sorry, I got a little excited there. The trustee is one of the moving parts to the trust, whether it's a land trust or a grantor revocable trust. Donna Hammonds, Chris, while the property is in the trust, who should make payments to the contractors for work performed? Whose name should be on the checks? Yeah, we don't have any checking account, no bank account, DIN, tax ID, none of that stuff on any of our trusts. It all flows through to Dana. Good question. Oops. It all flows through to the beneficiary, right? So I just write the checks out of my LLC. Is there a no, Loopy? If you just go to the checkout page, you'll see the subject to lease option training for $47 right there. There is no discount code on this. What's my trustee fee? We charge $250 to $300. Only reason I'm more is because I don't necessarily want to do it a lot. I will do it, but I'm like, I want you guys to. You can find somebody cheaper. I know you can. STRB, if we already purchased the dogs, can we get this discount? Possibly. Email us. I don't know. No, you already got them. That's not. I don't know. What was that? Man, it was a beautiful day today, y'all. Today, by the way, y'all. Mitchell, purchase land trust subject training link not there. I will send you the link, my friend. We'll have my friend. Yeah, Z-Reg is $297 for the land trust docs, $47 for the subject to lease option training, including those docs too. Yes. Ricardo, how do we pay taxes to the IRS if we sell a property into a trust? Well, if it's a great question, Ricardo. If you're selling a property from you to you, you're still the owner, it's still going on your tax returns. That's not a taxable event. Now, if you're selling it to somebody else, that is a taxable event. So you're going to have to pay taxes. And who pays taxes? The beneficiary. The beneficiary, y'all. Goes down to the beneficiary. So purchase land and good stuff. Sorry, Tamika, just email us. If you didn't get it, just email us. It's listed for $97. Is it not? Is it wrong? Something wrong on it again? I messed it up again. Should be $47. Let me make sure. Did I do that wrong? But I'm all out of whack today. I got to be honest with y'all. I've really been having challenging days. $47. Yeah. What? Did I mess it up? It's 47. Why y'all messing with me? Who was that? STRB? C Rose, one of our members, who would I send the warranty deed to trustee and land trust docs to my trustee to sign? No. Let the title company do all that. Do I get a copy of the signed docs, signed and returned to my records? Yes. Let the title company create your deed. Give all this stuff to the title company. Let them interface with your trustee. You don't need to interface with the trustee. All right. Let them mail it out. Let them create those docs. Okay. That's a good question. Dana, will a mail go to the trustee? The mail is going to go to whoever's address is on the trust agreement, and this trust agreement will go to the will be on your closing disclosure or your HUD-1 settlement statement. Don B, what if the title company doesn't want to pay the beneficiary issue payment? Oh yes. Is there a direction of paid document for the trust to give the title company? Oh man, yes. Loopy, you got to refresh your screen, brother. I put it there, but you got to refresh your screen for it to work. It'll have land trust and it'll have that special at the bottom for $47. It's there. I'm looking right at it. You got to refresh your screen, brother. Sorry about that, y'all. I really killed y'all on that. Okay, this is a great question, Don. Direction of payment. Two things you can give them: a direction of payment document, which I can give y'all that too, or you can just say the profit is $30,000. You can just create an invoice, give to the title. Say, for instance, this is what happens. A lot of title companies and attorneys don't want to write the check out to the beneficiary for some reason. I don't know what state statute or whatever. So sometimes they'll want to write it out to the trustee, or sometimes they'll want to write it out in the name of the trust. Can you imagine getting a check for 456 trust for $30,000? What are you going to do? So if the the profit is 30,000, just create an invoice in your LLC and put it on the HUD. That way, at the bottom of the HUD or the settlement disclosure, what is C? Closing disclosure. Why did they? The bottom of it will be 0. I got to remind myself to thank y'all, 115 people here hanging out with me. It is cool to be able to serve you today. But yeah, I'll get you that doc too. It's another doc. The link has not changed yet. Just refresh your screen, go out, come back in. Rick Moonchild, I'm completely new to real estate. Is this still a good place to start? Yeah, man. Rick, I hope yes. I would have to say yes, but I need more information on you, brother. Anava, I only see the one sheet download. I refresh same one. That link. Oh yeah, you're right. Mitchell saying you got the wrong link. There's several links. One is for the worksheet, one is to download the docs, and one is for my inner circle, and one's for the real estate guide. A whole bunch of links down there. Tamika, what's the cost for inner circle? Whole bunch of stuff. You get all my training, everything. We got 3 programs. One's $5,000, 9,800, 18,000, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. You get to meet with all the inner circle members. Some of them on here right now. I'm not the cheapest guy. Please, I'm not the cheap, but we're giving the best value. Okay, so get all my training. You get all of my business partner Mike stuff, multifamily. Get to come to events and all the stuff we host. So that link isn't. If you're interested in my inner circle, I just put it in the video description as well. Mitchell, refresh the link. There you go. Send it. There you go. Thank you, Mitchell. Oh, I guess I could put it in the comments. Let me do that too. There's a link right there in the comments. You can just click right on it. Sorry about that. I killed y'all on that one. You're right. Loopy. That's what I just did. Sorry, brother. Sorry about that, homie. First Lady J, please forgive me for asking. I don't care. If I want to buy a home for myself, where do I get the money? Or do I need money to get a home in a land trust? Can you explain? Well, let me tell you first, Lady J. If you buy them how we do, subject to, like I bought my house where I live right now, subject to, you don't have to worry about coming up with the money because you're taking over the seller's debt. That's why I gave you the subject to lease option training for $47, and it'll still be around. I'll still give it to you guys. It just won't be that price will go away today. If you miss that price, it'll still be there. I'm just giving you a bonus for today. So when you buy it subject to, then you buy it in a land trust, okay? Because there is no bank telling you what you got to do. That's why I want you to have subject to and land trust all together. Because why not? If you're buying it subject to, you don't got to worry about dealing with the lender and them forcing you to put the house in your name, right? STRB, you mentioned at the beginning of the video, you were able to cash proceeds checks made out to the trust without having a tax ID. Nah, I didn't. I have never done that. I've always had the checks made out to the beneficiary. I never have, man. I guess I've been lucky, but that's rough today. I mean, that's gonna be a challenge. This is Levon. What up, homie? I'm in the blog today. What up, man? Good. You're the building. Okay. That's cool. DS Cut, can the trustee somehow take your property? Very good question. Excellent point. Yes. Your trustee can take your property. Let me repeat that. Your trustee has the power to sell your property and take the money. All right. So what do? You can get some debt on it. Say you go out and borrow $3,000-$4,000, or you can loan it to yourself. So you take your LLC and loan $5,000 to your land trust. That way, when say if your trustee does try to sell the property, they have to satisfy that note first, and they have to contact you. Do they do? Let's walk through this for a minute. Trustee goes rogue, tries to sell D. Scott's property. They go to closing. The title company is going to do a title search to see what liens are on the property. So you have some debt there, and the title company will ask you for a payoff. So then you get notified if that gosh darn trustee tries to sell your house. But D. Scott, it ain't gonna happen. It ain't gonna happen. They just don't do that, right? I mean, I hope they don't. H. Sandy Chick, I know you. Can you go over the process? The house has a mortgage to avoid alerting the company when you form the trust. There is no real process, Sandy Chick. You just do it. There is no like. I mean, you just take it, do a deed, you're going to get your your trust agreement, give it to the title company. They're going to create a deed. You record your deed. Now the trust, now the house is in the trust, right? Period. Hopefully the mortgage company won't even care. Okay, Tamika, will this be available later? Yes, but the goodies, the special bonuses will not be at this price. The sub 2 lease option will not be at that price. The link is in the chat there, Tracy. Clay, Georgia is a lawyer state. Nope. Georgia is you can use name trust in Georgia. I know they can for sure. I've used them there with clients. Proud grandma. Hey, what's up, proud grandma? Proud grandma. Does a homestead stop unscrupulous creditors? That I don't know. I'm sorry about that. First Lady J, do we need a license? No. Newton Bates, one of our members. I got the trust doc subject to lease option. Did not see the lease option. All right. Just email my team, Newton. I got your back. We ain't taking no money from nobody unless we earn it. All right, y'all. You know me already. I'm not here to scam you. So if you missed anything, or if I didn't have the right link up, or whatever it was, all you got to do is email us and we'll get it to you. Okay. Monica, if my land trust beneficiary is my LLC, you talking my now you talking my language now. Your land trust beneficiary is your LLC. What address should I record the deed owner? That's up for you. That's up to you. You decide. I would not put your address though. Some creditor might say Monica Marvel she lives at 123 Easy Street. This trust is getting mail at 123 Easy Street. Some correlation. So get the mail sent somewhere else, or get the deed titled in another. I got trustees in other states. That's how far I went with sometimes. Catherine, sorry for silly question. No silly question. Can you take over payments? Where do you get money to make the payments? I have land, but I want to buy. Where do you get money to make the payments? Now, I can't help you with that. Catherine. I can show you how to get into the house, own it, no bank qualifying, no credit, but I can't show you how to make payments. You got to earn that money. Chuck, can I make a revocable trust irrevocable? I do not think so, but I do not know that. Proud grandma, I have a family trust and it buys properties. Good for you. Good to you. You got a family trust. Those things you're talking about asset protection. Don B, when doing wholesaling in a trust, will you create the land trust exactly when you sign the purchase and sale agreement? Yes, you create the trust. Here's the thing. You got to understand, Don B, good question. This right here, when you get the house, let me see. Let's do this. Here's the house you want to buy, right? You got the purchase and sale agreement, purchase and sale agreement. As soon as you get that purchase and sale agreement done, that's when you create the land trust. Right? Sorry, y'all. My wife, we all sick here at the house. Change of weather. Put it in the trust. Now you got that purchase and sale agreement. Let's say you're buying 123 Easy Street. So now the purchase and sale agreement has as the buyer 123 trust. Okay, Don? So you put the name of the trust on the purchase and sale agreement. Okay. Now you'll get that with my subject to stuff too. So make sure if you download that. Yes. Good question. That goes into the trust. That was Dawn. Proud grandma. Man. Monica, do you have anyone to refer for asset protection? Let me see. Who do I have? Bill. Yeah, my boy Bill Brunchick. Just go on YouTube. It's my guy right there. Lupe. Everyone in the links in the chat. Thank you so much. Lupe, thank you so much for supporting your boy, man. I really appreciate you. I honestly do. I think that all the people that follow me and support our channel, I think you are smart. I think you can tell whether this passed this smell test or not, right? I'm not out here selling wooden nickels. I'm showing you exactly. I could show you one of my HUDs if you want. I'm an open book. I find it that it is my obligation to raise the financial literacy of my people, right? So some people don't feel that same way, but that's how I do. Thank you so much, Lupe. Right. 1031 exchange works with land trust. You could do that. Yeah, you can do that. Mary, just wanted to say you're awesome. Thank you. I love how much you share with us. You are changing our lives through real estate investing. Mary, you know I got much love for you. Oh my goodness. Mary you're a superhuman being, man. That's one of our, and when you're in our inner circle, you get to meet Mary. She's just the sweetest lady you ever. She's professional, raises money, knows how to do deals, and just a great lady. What in the world? What was this? What are you doing? Somebody want to say hi, y'all. All right, come in here. Good Lord, you little. Somebody want to say hello, bro. I'm sorry, y'all got to do this. Say hello. Let me say hello. This is Pressy. Y'all remember? That's you. That's you right there. Did you say hello?
Hello.
All right, now get up out of here. What? Get out of here. I'm coming. Sorry. I guess he's gonna kick the door. He'll kick the door down now. The Haskins house is a zoo. It's a zoo here, y'all. Okay, wait. That's amazing. 2 years old now, y'all. Y'all been following me all this time. That's baby Preston. Clay, does it matter if your trustee is in a title state and your property is in no, it doesn't matter. And it's in a lawyer state. You still own. It's still owned by the trust, brother. Doesn't matter that. Wesley, best seller financing tips for purchasing single unit house to rent for Section 8. My mind isn't even. Wow. Wesley, y'all got to be thinking. I'm thinking about land trusts today. Destaco, can't people see your name on the mortgage of the property? Mortgage. Yeah, they will say they do a title search, but that's not. I'm presuming you're talking about if they do a title search and they'll say that you borrow money. Yeah, but you don't own the property though. You're not the owner. Tayshawn, hey Chris, could if I got an FHA loan, would be able to put that in a trust? You recommend doing that? Any house you own can be put in the trust, my friend. Any house. Don B. You're welcome. Thank you for showing up, bro. Celestial. So 49 is additional. Celestial, if you get the land trust documents, I will give you get a bonus for my subject to lease option training. Yes, it's a little bonus there. And then we'll end today. Thank you, Susan. I appreciate you, Susan. Wow. Zed Mama. If you initially buy the property, then move it into your trust, isn't the initial sale still in public record? Yes. Then the move. Yeah, it is public record, but you don't own it now. I think we kind of still, it was in your name before, but now it's not. Okay. Mary, thank you. Celestial, thank y'all so much, my lady. Yeah. That's oh boy. I'm so proud. George Rousseau talked me into having another baby, y'all. Because I was done with two girls. I'm like, one thing I have in common with President Obama, I got two girls. So that was me. But then George Rousseau said, Chris, nothing like a boy to change the dynamic in your house. And oh my Lord, has he changed it ever? Whew. First Lady J, I want to purchase a new build. How long does it take with the land trust and the land trust? How does it work? The land trust has nothing to do with the asset itself. You can buy land, house, new build, whatever. Thank you so much. Thank you, Monica. Zed, Mama, what's the difference or benefit of using a land trust versus revocable living trust? That I do not know. I do not know. I don't deal with revocable living trust. Okay, round up. Look, man, it has been an honor to hang out with you once again today. This is the full explanation of how land trusts work. Nothing but a way to take title to a piece of real estate. STRB, you pay the trustee once or you can pay them every year. It's up to you. So you download the docs, they're in the video description right there. You can rewind this, follow along. You're going to get my bonus, the subject to lease option training, along with all my subject to and lease option docs. So that is what I call giving you a lot of value, little bit of money. That's my new thing. Give you a lot of, let me do this, a lot of value, little bit of money. I got my kid going to break the door down. VSA, is it possible the government assistance, Social Security, is to buy a house affecting my government? Yes, you can do that. Absolutely. If you move the property into the trust that you own, is there closing fees? Yes, you will have to pay recording fees to get a new deed, my friend. Don B, good question. Round up. Listen, I love you. I got to get to these kids out here. It is homework time. But take some time. My inner circle's in there. A whole bunch of goodies in the video description. The Barron's Real Estate Guide. Don't miss the bonus. That price will end today, but it'll still be available. I'm just not giving it to you for the crazy, ridiculous price. Why? Because I love to support people that show up with me right now. So if you're watching it later, it's just going to cost you a little bit more. It's not much still. None of my training is over $500. Round up, I love you. I look forward to seeing you next time. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this content, and share with somebody else that needs to understand how this land trust craziness works. All right. I'll see you guys on the next video. Peace.